Well, a very good evening, gents. Welcome back to another episode
Hello.
of the ABFC. It's been a weekend of football. Some good, some bad, some absolutely horrific, but we'll get deep on into it over the course of this episode. But anyway, how are you, gents? Are you all right?
Not too bad. Looking forward to the end of Jan, if I'm honest. I'm done with January.
Yeah, January sucks.
Oh, it's so shit. It's crap.
Oh, it's awful. How about you, Fieldsy? How's your January been? Full of work?
Yeah, fuck me. I'm working away at the moment, and not in the most desirable areas in Milton Keynes. Sorry to anyone that lives in Milton Keynes, but the particular area I'm working in might as well be fucking Baghdad. It's a shithole. So yes, Monday to Friday over there. Tomorrow I'll go again, 4:30 I leave. Yeah, for another week. Enjoyable.
Sounds awful.
Oh mate, you have no idea.
Yeah.
On that note, can I just quickly say,
Go on.
why don't people pick their dog shit up in the garden, mate? I'm working in people's garden. I'll turn up, so I know this is a football chat, but I've got to get this out there. Right. So I turn up to the back of this house. I need to spray it in cork. Not a problem. Turn up. The renders have been there. We've had a lot of rain. Tarps are down. There's water in the tarps. I can't spray the product because of the amount of water. So, me being me, I think I'm going to pull these tarps out a couple of foot. I'm all good to spray. I've grabbed hold of the tarps. I've gone to give it a yank, and my left hand just slips. I thought, what the fuck is that? And when I looked, dog shit.
No.
On my bare hand. I was fuming.
Mate.
Friday. It's 1:30, 2 o'clock.
What way to top your week
Covered in
off?
dog shit.
No.
You scruffy cunts. I'm sorry for not everyone in Milton Keynes is like that. I get it, right? But fuck me, you know I'm coming to do some work here.
Yeah.
Just pick your dog shit up. Kids playing in the garden, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So
You haven't even got about the football and he's ranting already.
Honestly, just have a bit of self-respect.
That sounds horrific.
Honestly. Fuming.
That makes my job look well nice.
Fucking hell. Anyway, I'm back there tomorrow, so yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and I hope it's dog shit free. Which
It won't be.
So get some gloves on.
Let's get on with the football. So we've got a few games to get through. Let's start with Chelsea versus Brentford, which ended 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. I watched only the highlights of this game, and it looks like both teams, especially Brentford, were really wasteful.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you watched it at all.
I only watched that. I watched Match of the Day.
Right.
But Brentford actually had quite a a few chances and didn't put them away.
They didn't. I saw with Sharda right at the beginning.
Oh,
he rounded the defender. Like, what you got to do is just basically just pass the ball into the opposite corner, and he's like, square it. And he squared it.
Yeah, really weird.
Brentford are really doing bits, though, aren't they? They're really under the radar.
Yeah, they look.
Was it last week they were 4th, 5th?
Yeah, they're 5th.
Yeah.
They've dropped down to 7th now, but that's only because they lost another teams around them picked up points.
Chelsea
But
took back
yeah,
over,
exactly.
didn't
So they took a place back off them. But like you said, they've flown a little bit under the radar this year.
No one's talking about them.
No one's talking about them, but I think they think, all right, we'll see you in 5th, but you ain't going to last there. Maybe a few games and then you'll be back down probably mid-table.
Which they probably will.
Yeah.
Are Brentford better since Frank has gone?
Yes.
So I've been listening to a few things on TalkSport and various different bits and pieces, and what they're basically saying is, did Thomas Frank get on the train with Brentford, with a very well-run club, and has he now gone to Tottenham on the back of him being at a well-run club when actually he wasn't as good a manager as what people have said, and now he's at you?
Maybe.
Is that because the club of Brentford have continued to progress since his departure, and ironically Tottenham have arguably in a worse position since he's come in and Postecoglou's gone.
And especially when you think of the people that bailed Frank out for points, like your Mbeumo's, your Wissers, maybe.
Even before that, like even when Tony was banging in, you know.
Yeah.
Is it?
Don't know.
So we talk about sporting directors, we talk about the hierarchy of football clubs and how they've ruined them. Us, you, Levy, right? Brentford seem to be the complete opposite, where they can get whatever manager they want because they're such a well-run club. The manager's going to do well. Does that make sense?
You'd rather be in Brentford's shoes than a lot of other clubs, wouldn't you?
So I don't know. I think it's a bit of an odd one, but they're obviously doing better under.
It's a multifaceted question, that one, because you can't go against how well Keith Andrews has done.
Oh yeah,
we can't just go, it's the club and how well it's run, and it doesn't matter who manages it, because you still have to go up against quality opposition. Put the hard yards in on the training ground, and they sold Mbeumo, they sold Visser, they sold Norgard.
Yeah, Norgard, their captain.
So they've been depleted.
Went to Arsenal
to go and sit on their bench.
Yeah, of course he did.
So they've lost a big spine of their team, and maybe they were quintessential Frank players. I don't know. I just think that they've obviously recruited well, live within their means financially, got a good manager. Who was their set piece coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, Keith Andrews. Yeah,
the set piece coach, and just done a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Everyone tipped them to be battling for relegation.
I did. I definitely.
Let alone find out for a European place.
And to be fair, in the early part of the season, they were there or thereabouts. I think we done a podcast where I was saying I feared for Brentford and Bournemouth. I think, and then all of a sudden, Brentford have gone on this.
It's been like from November time, November to December,
and no one's talking about them. I think absolutely fair play to them. Absolutely fair play to them.
And fair enough. They could have got more out of the game from watching the highlights. They just didn't put their chances away. Chelsea, they stuck theirs away. But let's go on to them. Let's go on to Chelsea. So that's their first home Premier League win under Rossini.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that stat? Thing that he's broken or whatever. His first 4 games for Chelsea are all going to be in different competitions. So Premier League, League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That is mad. Yeah. But I saw a thing on, I can't remember what, I think it's Instagram the other day, that it was a picture of him and Will from the In-Betweeners.
Oh mate, yeah.
And now I can't unsee it.
I know.
I might even put a photo on the on the edit.
I keep seeing it everywhere.
Okay.
It's funny.
As soon as you see that, it's a good picture, and you're like, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
He really does look like Will from the In-Betweeners.
He needed that win though, Liam Rossini, didn't he?
I don't know. He thought he did really well the game before.
No, he did. But what I'm saying is, he's gonna need to keep getting these wins, because the Chelsea fans are not having it, are they? They are not happy.
They're not having it. But if he keeps scraping wins and they start picking up some momentum, they'll love it all day long. It's just a very underwhelming appointment if you're a Chelsea fan.
I think it would be if you were Spurs. I think I would be quite underwhelmed if I was Palace as well.
I think the thing is as well that adds to it is, do Chelsea not basically own?
Yeah, they do. That's why they got him in.
They do. It feels like who they got now to be Strasbourg managers? It's Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
Gary O'Neill. So that's another shoe-in for what a future Chelsea appointment?
Yeah.
Whether that's going to be the conveyor belt factory line for Chelsea.
I like Gary O'Neill.
I do.
I like him. I think he's a good manager.
I don't think you can run a club to win competitions like that, though.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you think of all of the quality managers at Chelsea, and as a Chelsea fan, you think, we've had Conte, we've had Mourinho, we've had Ancelotti, we've had Sarri, we've had all of these quality managers, and then it's like, next up we're going to get an unproven Liam Rossini. But I mean,
the one that surprised me is when they, going back a few years, when they appointed Di Matteo. I know it was a long time ago. Was that after Avram Grant?
Or was that Scolari?
And he went on to win the Champions League.
And then they sacked him.
And then they booted him off.
Like, what the fuck, man?
But then that's because, and then it was like, that's a ridiculous decision. Which it can't. It still is a ridiculous decision.
Yeah.
But Di Matteo was always an interim. I don't think he was ever.
Yeah, he was. But you would have thought after achieving what they wanted to achieve over such a long period of time, you would have given him a little bit of.
You would have, but then when they got in, was it Conte they got in? Or sorry, but they won the league the year after. So they did. They got rid of whoever it was, Di Matteo, and
it was 2012 that, because we got dumped out of the 4th place.
Yeah,
because of
they won it.
for the last every year, because it was changed the year after. We had to drop down to the Europa because the holders had to have a place in the Champions League. We were like, no.
They didn't give extra space then.
No, it didn't. But they changed that the year after. Oh, fucking had. Absolutely had. But all right. Any last thoughts of the Chelsea versus Brentford game for both teams before we move on?
I could sort of see that result happening.
Yeah.
I went 2-2. I thought there was going to be
I think
a
I
few
went
goals.
2-1.
Yeah. I think you went. What did you remember what you went?
I
think
I went Chelsea win. I can't remember exactly the score.
I mean, you guys were right. I thought that Brentford might be flying high.
And probably could have and should have.
Yeah, they probably should. I think they were at least worth at least a goal.
Yeah.
I think that Chelsea will kick on, and I think Brentford will drop off going forward.
Yeah, so
That's probably an astute assumption.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Let's move on to the next game, which was Liverpool 1, Burnley 1 at Anfield.
Fuck me, man. Like every time we pick up a point, them motherfuckers pick up points around us.
But are you really that worried about Burnley? Shouldn't be your main concern, really. It's Forest and teams above.
They're not, and that is correct. I get that, but in the situation that we're in, and we'll go on to this in a short while, I think we went 10 games without a win. So all these little Burnleys picking up points and Wolves 4 games unbeaten, and like Forest drawing, like everyone's picking up points in that relegation zone. But for Burnley to get a point at Liverpool, that's fucking huge.
But did you see how many shots Liverpool had?
Yeah,
Not on target, just shots. It was something like 41 or something stupid.
Yeah,
Was
wasn't
it really as much as that?
It was stupid amount.
It was ridiculous. I can't think of the actual amount. I can get the stats up here.
It was either late 30s or early 40s, and I was like, how can you have that many shots on goal?
Oh, it's a bit of an over-exaggeration. They had 28 shots on target.
Right.
It must have felt like for them. They were just like shooting from
Shoot
the edge
on sight, weren't it?
I think the thing is as well is that generally speaking, looking away from the Premier League, if a team that's in the top part of the Championship, League 1, League 2, and they're playing a team that's in the bottom 3, 4 or 5, it's like a shoo-in. Like, we're going to win that. In the Premier League, it's fucking not. Because Wolves, Burnley, us, Forest, few teams above us, we're fighting for our fucking lives.
Yeah.
And I think the game changes. And from now to the end of the season, if you're a team mediocre Premier League, I can imagine you don't want to be playing the teams in the bottom
really.
4 or 5.
No, especially not when it gets to like Feb, March.
Yeah, because the style of play changes as well.
And you just don't really... People
and you
don't...
start getting your Wolves picking up points against United. Yeah. You get Burnley picking up points against Liverpool. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The Premier
100%.
League is where I think the relegation zone becomes more exciting than the fight for the top 4.
It will do this season.
I think it does.
Oh, I don't know, the fight for the top 4, because no one wants it this year.
Well, that's true.
Everyone's trying their utmost not to qualify for that.
Literally, everyone's happy with the top 3.
Yeah.
No one wants that 4th space.
It's almost boring.
Yeah. Did you see the penalty at Liverpool though that they missed?
I did not.
No. Oh mate, it was bollocks.
It was a horrific award of a penalty. You think that is a classic, like legacy club at home, because I think was it Gakpo?
Yeah.
Gakpo's he's gone into the area. There's a couple of defenders, and he's decided to cut back and try and he's just literally just like jumped into the defender and just fell over and he got a penalty.
And like the commentator's like, oh, he's hung his leg out there and he's left it in. No, he's gone for a tackle, missed a tackle, missed a player, and Gakpo's gone over his leg.
Okay.
He's not left his leg in. He's just missed a tackle and missed a player. So the player can carry on playing football. He just didn't want to.
Was that a Liverpool?
Mate, it was fucking... It was awful. Yeah. Even, I think it was Michael Dawson on Saturday. It was like, how was that a pen? Like,
that was a horrific award. But justice was served. Yeah. He crashed it against the bar. And then Liverpool scored. Good goal by Wirtz.
Actually, well,
really, really good finish.
It was a good finish. That's kind of what you sort of thought they were getting, to be honest. That sort of goal was when they bought him. I was thinking, oh, he's gonna rip up the league, and that's.
And then there was a couple of other moments when I watched the highlights as well. He's starting to get to grips with the Premier League, starting to get to grips with the team and the inflated price tag. He's starting to show bits. I'm not trying to say that he's one of the best players in the league at the moment, not at all, but starting to see reasons why they bought him. Slowly but surely, I think.
And I think they will. By the time next season comes, he'll probably be an absolute baller.
But they conceded a really good goal by Marcus Edwards.
A good finish, wasn't it?
It's a really, really good finish. And as we've pertained to, they're literally shooting from everywhere, not really doing anything, and ended up drawing the game.
Yeah. To be fair, Burnley, just before that, they missed an absolute... It wasn't really a sitter. They went to go and cross it in, and Canard... I don't know what Canard was doing. He was fucking about.
I don't know what that guy is doing.
Oh, I don't know what... Yeah, every week you sit there going, what's he doing? But...
He's cut out a cross, and his own keeper has had to save it. It's a big great...
He's I don't know what
he's
guy's
done.
doing.
He's done. He's off to France or Saudi. I think that's the next place for him.
Yeah.
All right. So what does that mean for both Liverpool and Burnley season? Start off with Burnley.
Burnley's done, isn't it?
I think they are.
Why did you replay them in 2 weeks? I think it's 2 weeks.
What are they? 3 points behind you? They're on 14, aren't they? You're on
They're
17.
creeping.
Tell you what, that game.
That's what I mean.
The next game I will talk about later, because guess who they've got?
Oh God! So they've won.
Right.
Now he's worried.
No, I'm not worried because I think Tottenham will turn up.
You said that about your game. Anyway,
we'll go on to that.
Right, okay, so that means that Liverpool, they are in fourth, and it's just no one's really putting a glove on them. Really,
I think it's boring. I find it a bit boring.
Liverpool, to be honest, if you watch any of Liverpool games this season, they are extremely boring. They go 1-0 up Liverpool, and then they're like, it gets about 60 minutes, and suddenly they start getting all shaky. Like, oh, we are definitely going to concede at one point. We need to start scoring, and then they just start shooting randomly. I don't know. I can't. I think that's where Liverpool are going to end up, 4th or 5th with Chelsea with them.
I think we all said that Liverpool were going to win. Actually, most of us said we were probably going to win the league this year when we very first started. But a Champions League place is probably nailed on. I mean, their form is 1-1 drawn 4 of the last. So that's not really Champions League qualification form, but no one seems to want it. No one wants to seem to put a glove in.
Yeah,
they're probably just going to be where they are, really.
Yeah, and I think they'll just be a lot better next season, won't they?
Yeah, definitely. What do you reckon?
Again, I'm going to go back to the whole. I do. Probably because obviously we're a million miles away from it, as are, with respect, you and you with your teams. I just find the top of the Premier League fucking boring. I really do. Okay, we'll go on to it, but United beat City. That's, and I hope okay, that opens things up a little bit. But generally speaking, I just think it's the same teams, it's the same style of football. I find it boring.
I do find it boring, and one of the points I'm going to make right at the end is going to be pertaining to that. But personally, I think the whole fucking league is boring.
Yeah, I do. I think the best thing about the Premier League is a relegation scrap, because I'm in it. You're not a million miles away. You're not a million miles away. But I think it means more to supporters of clubs in the bottom 7 than it does to supporters in the top 4. That's
you're
top
probably
5.
right.
All right, okay, but let's carry on. Let's get through a couple of games here. So starting off with Leeds versus Fulham, who won 1-0 at Elland Road.
Shit, we don't have to take a long time on this.
No,
we
don't.
That was piss poor.
That was a
than what was it, 93rd minute goal from Leeds.
It stunk of a draw when I saw
even
the
before you'd done it. I think I put a draw. Maybe
I think we all went a draw. We all went 1-1 for that one, which we weren't a million miles away.
I think the thing is with Leeds though, they're showing fight, aren't they? You go to Elland Road, it's not an easy place to go to, and even if, and I know it's a bit of a cliche, but the supporters that they have is like an extra man. It's not a nice place to go.
No.
And they're doing bits. Was they at 1.7 games.
Yeah,
Beaten?
there were
Some-
7
seven?
games unbeaten and they won. So they lost the last match. I can't remember who they lost to, but yeah, they
So
were
they've
doing
lost
all right.
1 in 8?
Yeah,
Or
1 in 8
9?
games, no, but which has managed to get them a few points, do a
Yeah.
little bit of a
Gives them a
cushion.
bit
I
of
think they're going to stay up.
I do now.
On the form at the moment and the fight
Yeah.
they're showing at the moment, yeah, I'll tip Leeds to stay up
Just,
unless
but yeah.
they go on like some horrific run and get a bit of bad luck and they get dragged back into the fight again. But I think they will
think
be
they've
okay.
just got enough cushion
Yeah,
now, haven't they?
There's a bit of a gap forming now at the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
isn't it?
there's 8 between you and them, but then that could all change if you do it.
Yeah.
We'll get on to West Ham, but I think the more points you pick up, the more people above you get nervous.
Yeah,
People
that's the
start looking
only.
over their shoulder.
That's
Yeah,
when I think Leeds might start, because their fans will start going. There suddenly Ellen Road is a nervous place unless Leeds score first, or they're 0-0 with 10 minutes to go. But someone scores against Leeds early at Ellen Road, and it's like February, March, and they're like 5 points away from safety.
Yeah.
They're gonna suddenly go, oh fucking hell!
So it is like
It
again,
can be
I think
that stadium
it's a fortress
thing. Yeah,
or it's
that can be a little bit of a both
cauldron,
thing.
isn't
I
it?
remember when Newcastle was struggling under Mike Ashley. When you remember every time someone scored at St James's Park, it was like, fucking hell. Well, yeah.
They just add to 12 man.
Yeah. You might as well give an extra man to the opposition because they're like, oh, our fans are killing them.
Well, that leaves a little bit of gap, still in 16th place, and that leaves Fulham in 11th place. Still a few points off, challenging for Europe, but they've got enough of a cushion now.
I feel like
31.
Fulham are just going to kind of be a little bit like where we kind of are, mixing between like 11th and 14th. Just stick out.
bumbling their way through.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
getting some results.
Don't think they'll get Europe.
No.
They'll survive, but they'll just
Yeah.
bit boring.
Yeah, if I was going to say that 11th is probably where they'll stay, that's probably a good benchmark for them, really. I think them being in the relegation scrap or near to it a few games ago, they're probably like, phew, we've got ourselves out of that one. Let's just keep plodding on. All right, so let's move on to the next game. We really don't need to wax lyrical about this one.
This was awful.
Right, so Wolves and Newcastle, which ended up a border or 0-0. And that was at Molineux.
Another point, no, for Wolves.
Four
unbeaten.
Yeah, 4 unbeaten for Wolves, who
That's what I mean,
only had
man.
2 points
People
prior to
pick
that
up points.
game.
To be fair, that Rob Edwards, when you watch him, he is getting a little bit out of him now.
He's getting a little bit of it. It's little too late.
Oh, it is way
too late.
They're definitely down.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
whether they're bottom or second bottom.
Well, they're still on 8 points.
It's still on 8 points,
know,
but now they're only 6 behind Burnley with 16 games to go. So they could drag themselves up a place. They're not going to pull off some miraculous great escape.
They ain't good enough to, really.
They're good, but at least they've given their supporters a little bit of pride rather than languishing
They're going
down.
down with a fight.
Yeah, they're going down with a fight. That Mane again, he's pulling bits for him. I didn't actually see the game today. Glad I didn't.
I watched the second half.
Yeah.
And I wish
45 minutes, never get back again.
I wish I didn't.
Well, all right.
The thing is with them as well, just very quickly,
Go on.
is that in them 4 games, it's a point at United away. It's a point at Newcastle away. So, and they beat us convincingly. I don't know what the other game was.
Yeah, I mean, United, yourselves, Newcastle. Who else did they join?
Didn't they beat someone?
I mean, they've drew.
Oh, you,
Mate, they fucking hammered us.
But you think, remember
Two of the, my point being, okay.
and they're also really unlucky not to get a point out of Arsenal as well.
right.
Yeah, they were.
So
weren't
they're
they?
showing a bit of fight, and I think we need to give them a little bit more credit now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because before,
absolutely.
if we rewind 6 games, I mean they were fucking dead and buried, like heading
they were
towards the
awful,
worst
weren't they?
points
Exactly.
in the Premier League.
They're-
And it just goes to show what I'm at with 4 or 5 games and a little bit of
Bit of management
does
and a bit
do.
of coach on the training pitch.
Yeah.
Bit of coaching on the training pitch, I think does
I mean
go.
they're down,
Oh yeah,
but
they're
as you
definitely down.
said, at least that gives us supporters a little bit of a. Do you know what? We're fighting.
Yeah.
We're fighting.
Yeah, we're going down and we're going down scrapping, but
Yeah.
you can't literally ask for any more than that, really.
No.
That your team tries rather than just sits and bends over every week.
Yeah.
That's especially when you go and pay and watch them. You don't want to just watch them just
Yeah,
fold every game must be tiring.
I think if they keep Larson.
I know that feeling.
Larson.
I know
I
that
always say
feeling.
his name wrong.
Strand Larson.
They keep him.
Do you think? I don't think they will.
I
think he's
where's
gone
he going to
already.
go?
He'll go somewhere.
He'll go somewhere. He'll get picked up by
Do you
another.
think they're going to sell him
club.
off because we know we're down and we get as much money?
Absolutely.
money,
They may
yeah.
not sell him this month, but they'll probably be best to.
But they
If
were,
they can get
in the
40 million
summer. In the summer, though, didn't they were rejected a 50 mil bid from Newcastle?
Yeah, they
wasn't
did,
it?
yeah. And then
Yeah,
Newcastle
but they didn't
went to
think they'll
resell.
probably get relegated this year. They probably think, oh, do you know what? We'll probably be mid-table again.
Yeah, but no one thought they were going to do well this year, did they? I don't.
No,
think
but I didn't think they'd do that badly up.
No, I mean, yeah, very few teams.
Thank fuck they did.
But all right,
Fuck
so that's Wolves. That's where they are. That point for Newcastle, and they must feel that's 2 big points drop because an extra 2 points would have put them right on the heels of Man United challenging for those Champions League spots.
I fear for Eddie Howe. I do.
So do I.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's a great manager. I really. I
I don't think that he's getting the tune out of these players anymore.
No,
I feel
I fear
that's
for
kind
him.
of gone.
But it feels like he's had the same players for years. Yeah, it's not really getting the support. Yeah, right. They bought Tonali, they bought Voltemada and Visser for money, but obviously they balanced Langer. They balanced the books obviously with the Isak sale or whatever. But you know he's having to try and
But there's still
get a
quite
tune
a
out of
lot.
like Murphy and Jolinton and.
Charlie is shit.
And you know, I mean, I like Guimaraes.
Yeah, good
I
player.
think he's a good player, but I think everything's plateaued a little
I
bit.
think their defence is really average. They bought that Malik Chow, and actually he looks
No,
quite
he
decent.
looks decent. Malak Chow looks
But
decent.
do you think? I know people say you don't get anything, but they bought that Malik Chow, and I can't remember how much that was for. They bought Alanga for 50 mil. They bought Voltemada for like 60.
70,
yeah,
60,
pretty much
70.
70.
Vissel was 50.
And then Visser for 50. So that's 170 mil plus Malik Chow, which I don't know how much that was.
We'll say that's say that's 30
40?
million. And then they got 123 sacks. So that's like a net spend of 80.
So he's got 80 mil spent on him.
I'm going to put right. End of the season. They take Howe and appoint Glasner. Will you take Howe?
Fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Swap him.
I'll take Howe all day long, but I think he's a shoe-in for the England.
England, I was about to say, I think.
If Tuchel goes.
He will. I don't. Even if he wins it.
I know we spoke about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the season, what I'm saying is that at the end of the season, before the World Cup starts,
Yeah.
Glasner's going.
Yeah.
Will Newcastle pull the trigger on Eddie Howe, and will Palace move quick enough to get? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the World Cup doesn't matter.
I think
What
personally,
Tuchel does.
and we'll go into it when we talk about Palace, but I think Glasner will go for something bit. I think he'll hold out for something bigger. I think his stock's high enough to go something bigger.
Is it though? Is it though?
He's got a tune out of Palace, and
He
he's
has.
given them the first trophy forever.
Yeah, true.
And your stock is not going to get any higher than he's
I think
right
he's
now.
a great manager.
He is a good manager.
I don't know whether he or others think more of the level he's going to go. Like I like Newcastle, I think would be a fucking great appointment for him.
Yeah, I do.
Can't see him getting a United or a, like I can't.
Yeah, United.
I can't.
United are at the minute odds-on favourites to get him.
Yeah.
That seems a very United kind of appointment, but
United fans, I think, will be underwhelmed.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
I
I think he's done great for you, but from a from United fans' point of view, of which I am not, right? But from a United fan point of view, I'd be like, well, we've had Mourinho, Van Gaal, we've had fucking
And then after that, then who have they had? Ten Hag. Oh, he's done bits in Holland.
League.
Well done. You're cool. My nan probably could. Ruben Amorim. Oh, he's done bits in Portugal. Well done.
It's a really tough call.
At least Glasner's...
He's done great for you.
At least he's done it in the Premier League, though. And I'm not saying he's done massive bits, but he knows the English game.
I don't know.
I don't.
I think you're giving him a little bit of disjustice. I reckon someone's gonna come in for him, and it's probably going to be United. I think that's going to be, unless Carrick goes on some master run and does not got a Solskjaer.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
All right.
I
Anyway,
like that. I just I take the West Ham. Don't get me wrong. Fucking hell.
you take Aaron for the West Ham.
Fucking right. I'll take you, Alex. Sitting in your Spurs shirt. Come on, no.
We've got 10 attackers, including the goalkeeper. But anyway, what does that mean for Newcastle, do you reckon, before we move on?
I think they get European football, but I think it'll be Europa League.
Yeah, Europa or Conference.
Yeah, I can't see them. I don't think they're hit.
I think it would do them well to go conference and win it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
But they're good enough to win the Europa League.
They are, but I'm just thinking a little bit like me and you, and like for the Newcastle fans to see that.
But
Get Europa League anyway.
yeah.
Go and do that, and then because Newcastle are
But
on
I
a bit
think
of
they're a bit above
journey,
us,
aren't
though.
they?
Above both of our teams. I think they could do that in Europa League, and then they got Champions League again. Because I don't think they're quite good enough to get that top 4/5 in the Prem. But I think they are good enough to go and win the Europa League.
And if they win the Europa League and they get
In the
Champions League,
Champions League,
then
that's
fair
what I mean.
enough.
I think that's their best way in.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You're right.
Maybe.
But we will see. We will
Yeah.
see. Right, okay, let's go on to probably one of the most exciting games of the weekend was the first one, and it was Man United versus Man City 2-0 at Old Trafford.
Did not see that.
Nor did
Did
I.
not see that.
The scoreline, no. The performance of Man United, definitely not. Where did that come from? Is that just a new manager bounce?
Yeah, 100%. I think it is a new manager bounce. Ex-player coming in, taking the reins, English, connection with the fans, connection with the history of the club.
We chatted last week, they need to get rid of that Ferguson DNA, and suddenly Carrick comes in full of it.
Yeah, but that won't. I have never seen any of those players all season, and even last season, run half as much as what they did in that game. Like, they were chasing, they were running after everything. Do you think that group of players are going to do that every week?
Are they fuck?
Fucking not a chance.
And the thing is,
Well, are they going to get done by
Mate,
Bournemouth next week?
They
or something
think,
like that?
yeah, that
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me. They think they're so good, those bunch of players. They're only doing it against Man City. One, because Carrick's in. They want to keep their place in case he starts moving stuff around. And then they just go back to what they were before.
yeah, I agree. I think that, I think it's a typical example of player power. They obviously wasn't feeling Amron and didn't play for him, and like so, I like Michael Carrick, ex-West Ham. We were linked with him a couple of times, as, coming in. Let's not forget, mate, he got sacked by Middlesbrough in the Championship.
Yeah.
Right. They've got him in because one is free, two is an ex-player that was in there when Man United were
Yeah.
arguably at their best.
Yeah.
Right?
He played with Luke Shaw.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I didn't know that. It was on Sky Sports the other day, and I was like, did he?
Yeah, I mean, he played for West Ham, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Carrick, we've seen him firsthand. Carrick was a baller.
Oh,
He was a great
he
player.
was.
He's a great player.
class. Yeah.
I actually think he is better than the credit he gets.
Yeah, he's probably one of the
I don't-
most underrated.
I mean, if you think
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
glittering midfielders that Man United had under Ferguson, many people wouldn't put Carrick in the top 5.
No.
Now you think you got Scholes, you've got Beckham.
He's like an industrial type of player that cleans up the shit.
He
does
was
the
just a
dirty
quintessential
work.
number 6, but then could maraud and set up play.
Very good.
He was great.
Class,
he was a
yeah.
great player.
I think the thing is with United, so like from my argument, that they are a poison club. We all know that they're a poison club. The players are probably playing for him right now because he's come in, a little bit of a change, English, connection with the fans, blah, blah, blah. Let's judge him in 7 or 8.
Yeah, maybe not even that far. Maybe like 2 or 3 games time when the honeymoon period's over.
Yeah.
And all right, okay, it's straight in at home, Derby. You've got to put some fucking fight in, boys.
I mean, realistically, if no Man United player gave anything in that game, then they might as well not play football. Because whatever you are, new manager bounce with Michael Carrick back there, and you're playing Man City at home. Everyone's going to be running. Do you say they've got Bournemouth away next?
No, I just said like a team that you'd expect them to do well against, especially after the performance that they've done. No, they've got, I think it's Fulham next. Let's have a look.
That would be a typical thing for them to go to Fulham and lose.
No. They've got Arsenal away.
Then they'll win that. I think United will win that.
Do you?
I think.
I can't see
Amron's
that,
gone.
mate.
Carrick's come in. They've beat City. Little bit of a bump. Fucking Arsenal. I can see United winning that.
No, I think that is going to bring them
Man
straight
United
back
are
down.
fourth.
Yeah, but they're not going to be at the end of the season.
No, but they are. But
fucking Brentford was fifth
yeah,
last week,
yeah,
mate.
I know, but what I'm saying is as shit as United have been all year, and they've been fucking shit.
Yeah, they're awful.
They're still fourth.
But they're not going to be. They're like the opposite to Brentford, as you would say. But the polar opposite, they're not a well-run club.
No, not at all.
They're not. And
they're not.
They're not investing in January. I see it. Fair play to them. They actually played really well and wholeheartedly deserved to beat City. They were all over them. But, yeah.
All right, so before we go on to Man City, did we see the challenge from Dalot on Doku?
What?
I did not.
And if that was a red card, which it was a red card, that would not have been the same game. That was at 0-0.
That was at 0-0. That was only after like 10
minutes,
12
quarter hour.
Not even quarter an hour gone, and I think the refs bottled it, thinking, it's a derby, a red card's going to change the game.
The ref bottling it, that's fine. I get the ref bottling it and going, yellow card. VAR cannot bottle that. That's not what they're there for. The VAR are there to go, yeah, mate, it's a sending off.
But what was the excuse? It wasn't like a rake, it was a glancing blow or something.
Fuck off, was that a glancing blow, mate? He's nearly snapped his leg in half.
The thing is with VAR, though, you say that. VAR for me is 50-50.
Mate, that was such a bullet. And even Gary Neville on the fucking commentary. Did you watch it? Did you listen to that fucking moron?
We got every time Man United at home, Neville's commentating, so it's going to be really biased, really pro Man United commentary.
And I understand that, and I get him being biased. No, didn't Carragher with Liverpool fine? I get it. I find it quite funny as well sometimes. But you can't be so biased that you don't then suddenly understand the rules of football. You can't quite do that. You're a pundit, so. If
Also
that's your job, do it. Yeah, and also fucking helmet. I'm sorry, but you can't sit there and say, it was a glancing blow. Shut up. He's just put his leg into his knee when his foot's planted. How is that not a red card?
I thought it was a Stonewall red.
Michael Keane last week, got a red card because he jumped and he just about tugged on someone's hair. That's right. And that fucking thing isn't a red card. I mean, come on, man. I
was having a look through the Twitterverse, and it was the same referee and assistant on VAR lineup as when Xavi Simons got sent off against Van Dijk, and then we saw that one where he dragged it with anything, and that one was a red card and one wasn't.
Mate, that's just a joke.
Yeah, I know, and that was literally with 10 to 15 minutes on the clock gone, and that would have absolutely changed the game. And you thought that City definitely probably would have won,
mate, easily.
Yeah,
because there wouldn't have been any harrowing and chasing after them for the whole game, so they couldn't do it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a red card; it was only seen as a yellow. And once again, that's more points dropped for City. That's their fourth game in a row that dropped points.
Yeah. So we was all talking about City historically having an amazing January, and
this is
the opposite.
They drew 3 in a row, and
are Arsenal going to do it?
Yeah, I think they are now.
I said to Tom the other day, begrudgingly, I said to him, this is my words verbatim, if you beat Forest tonight, I think you've got one hand on the trophy. They didn't. So I think that was probably and we'll go on to that game next. But with City-wise, I don't think they can keep dropping points. I think their defence obviously needs a little bit of bolstering, which they've got.
Have they signed Gay now?
Pretty much.
Is it?
Yeah.
20 million.
20 million.
Yeah, but that's one, it's a bargain for them, but two, it's good for us. But we're going to when we talk about transfer.
So with City, I think they were a bit depleted at the back. That Elaine at the back.
Elaine sounded like my mum was playing in the back every time I said it. Elaine's put a great challenge in. I'm thinking, fucking hell, mum.
Elaine who? Elaine Merritt. She's gonna snap some fucking legs. She is, girl. You ain't getting past her.
You won't get past her, mate.
Go on, Elaine. She'll tug your fucking dreadlocks, you cunt.
Get back! Get back here! Send it on, fuck yourself!
But do we honestly think it's just a temporary wobble for City, or are the signs quite worrying?
I think City have too much quality in depth through the whole squad. I still can't, despite the results and the gap. I'm sorry, I still can't see past City not going on a mazy run, winning every game from now till the end of the season. Arsenal need to drop points in 2 games, and all of a sudden it's bosh.
But actually, let's go on to them now, because they have dropped points in the last 2 games.
Yeah,
and they've drawn 2 games in a row 0-0. One against Liverpool and the one yesterday against Forest.
So the Forest game, you think that's a game Arsenal have to win?
It was. Especially,
they have to win.
They had to win, especially after all the teams around, or after City had played and lost. I think that's a chance to go 9 points clear, and by all means that they probably should have done.
If both games were played at 3 o'clock, do you think that's going to be 0-0?
No, I don't. Is that as
complacency is what I think that is.
But if you're an Arsenal fan and you're being objective, do you think that's a point gained or 2 points dropped?
I think you're away from home. I don't know, because it's Arsenal and you're challenging for the league. Yeah,
we're talking about the Forest game.
Yeah. If you're challenging for the league, it's 2 points dropped.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're Crystal Palace and you're away from home, it's a point gained. That's the difference. Like, people say, oh, it was actually quite a good draw. Rooney said that on Match of the Day, and I'm thinking, well, it's not.
No, it's not. It's fucking terrible.
It is. It is a point game. Well done. You're now 7 points clear. But that is 2 points dropped, because you're away to someone that's fighting relegation. Whether you're at home or away to that team,
I agree.
You've got to be. If you want to challenge for titles, that's a game you go 2-0 up in like half hour and just see the rest stop.
And I get your point exactly, because I was about to say these are the games which historically Arsenal should have won to give them a little bit of cushion or to be in the mix a little bit more, but they just haven't put that to the sword. That's what's happened over the last 3 years. I know it's still early doors.
Do you not remember that one they lost to Wolves?
Yeah.
Creamed like 3 or 2-0 or something stupid.
I think the thing is, staying on that subject, when they say about Arsenal drawing with Forest and it's a point gained, it's only a point gained because City lost.
Yeah.
Right? It's not that, right. Yeah. So for me, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you're going to win. If you're going to win a league and you're going to Forest and you draw and you're saying it's a point gained,
that's 2
no,
points
it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it's not. Right? You've dropped 2 points there. You've dropped a bollock because City lost in a game where you should have won, which would have actually given you 3 points, right? Because again, going back to City, they're fucking decent. So when Arsenal then go to Chelsea, or they go to Villa, or they go to wherever, and City are picking up points, they'll look back at that and they'll look at that game and they'll think, do you know what? Actually, yeah, we dropped a bollock. Because they were 4th from bottom, and we've now lost the league to fucking City by 1 point.
Yeah.
In a game where we should have beat Forest.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For me, 2 points dropped.
I mean,
massively.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just trying to think and imagine it. What are Arteta and Guardiola saying to them players when they get back to training tomorrow?
Fuck me! If I was either one of them, I'd lose my shit. I'd lose my shit.
You know Pep's going to go.
Yeah, but does Pep, like, kind of, after he's given them a rollick and go like, well, Arsenal drop points and it could be worse, and
we're still only 7 points.
And does Arteta go, could have been 9 points ahead, lads, but we're only 7, should have fucking won that game?
9 points clear. I
know it's still 7 and 9, and it's still a lot to catch up.
Yeah,
but somehow that feels important, no?
Yeah, 7 and not. I know it's 2 points, right? But 7 compared to 9 points clear is. I think that is a. That is. I think there's quite a big difference.
It is quite a big difference.
The thing is, if I was Pep, I'd be saying to my players, right, about points drop, I'd be like, that's 5 points.
Yeah.
That's fucking 5 points, you knobheads.
Yeah.
Because they've dropped 2, we've dropped 3.
Yeah.
But your fucking ideas are 5 fucking points.
Yeah.
Difference in one game. I think City are going to come out fighting.
But you think in the last 4 games, City have picked up 3 points out of 12.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to play them next, so.
No,
you wouldn't want to play them next.
Who they got next?
City.
Not United. City.
Because
if you're from Manchester, you support City. If you're from London, you support United.
Right, the next Premier League game, they've got Wolves at home. So
fuck me. Poor Wolves.
But guess where they've got to go away next?
Where?
Champions League. Bodo.
That's a hard place to go.
They'll never be. You can't go there and get a result. I tell you what, if they get a draw there, that's a point fucking game.
That is a point. But you think they're going to? So Arsenal have got Man United at home, and City have got Wolves at home. You think, oh, Man United, do you reckon they could do us a favour? Blah blah blah, and they should beat Wolves. I think they got too strong for Wolves. Do you reckon?
And Arsenal got United.
Yeah, both games at home.
I could. Oh, no, Man United, I can't see. They might get a draw.
They might
this
get
new
a draw.
tiny little manager bounce. You think like we've just beat City. Let's go and show the big boys out.
It's more like Man United to go and get a point or 3 points at Man United and Arsenal, and then go and play fucking someone awful and lose. So
they get spanked by Leeds.
yeah, 100%.
I think just very quickly, the thing is as well is like when Solskjaer came in. Let's be honest with you, right? Solskjaer, for me, he's not a fucking great manager.
Oh shit.
Historically, though, with United, he's got a history, blah, blah. Didn't he go on like a ridiculous run?
He did. I think he went like 13 games unbeaten with like 10 wins in that one. Don't.
They had that
Champions
League as well.
Like,
they were doing well, wasn't it?
That was the Ollie at the wheel phase.
Yeah.
That same thing's going to happen maybe with this.
With Carrick, I wouldn't be surprised if United get a result against fucking.
But then if they do the same, if they make the same mistake with Ollie as what they did with Mike Carrick did Ollie, if they employ him full time, then same shit's going to happen.
I agree. I just think that the fans are going to be right behind Carrick for a romantic sort of.
Well, they were last time with Ollie. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I do. All right, okay, that's the top of the table clash. Let's move on to the next point. And now moving on to our next game, we're going to go to Villa Park, where they played today against Everton, and they lost 1-0. Didn't see that one coming?
Yeah,
shock.
And it wasn't the greatest game. I did watch this one actually. Barry, mate.
Barry.
Did you see the finish?
Barry.
I'm talking about Barry. Did you see the finish?
I did not. I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was a great finish, to be fair. Martinez, they had a really average shot. I think it was Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil had a really average shot. And Martinez sort of like palmed it out to him. And he just sort of like dinked it over Martinez. And I was thinking, where has that come from? Who are you?
Was it a bit of a class finish?
Oh, mate, it was awesome. I was
I love that.
I even looked at the missus and went, Barry score, what goal?
But obviously it stayed 1-0 because then Barry went off for better.
I was just about to say, he stood, before they subbed him on, he stood up and I went, oh, fucking hell, they're bringing Beto on. Well, they're not scoring anymore. And they didn't, to be fair. It didn't look like scoring.
They thought we would consolidate, we're going to stick what we got. We've got enough to win.
Joe, I'd love to see.
What's that?
Palace by Beto in January.
No.
I'd love to see.
That's what's going to happen. We'll probably sell Mateta and we'll buy fucking Beto. We will, mate. We will. And I'll tell you what, I'll be his biggest fan, mate. I'll buy the Palace shirt. I'll put Beto on the back just for shits and gigs.
Right.
Mate.
So for everyone watching, that is a done deal,
Exactly.
and we will see the back of his shirt if Palace sign.
There'll be its own Martin Rants video, 38 minutes long. We bought fucking Beto.
And I'll tell you what, I'll wear my Palace shirt fucking backwards. Just so everyone can see it.
Brilliant.
But all right, let's quickly go on to Everton, and they're what are they on now? They've gone up to 10th.
I think they're just
one position
I
up.
think they're just like a proper mid-table Moisey side.
Yeah, they are. That's a big 3 points for them. Huge 3 points for them. Did not see that one coming. I went 4-1.
Did you?
Oh wow!
I thought Villa were going to
don't know what
absolutely
I've done.
rout
I think
them.
I did 3-1. I think I saw Villa doing them, but I thought Everton would score.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure what I've
Villa
done.
being
I'll
on
have to
a
look.
massive winning run. Villa are really good at home, but my Villa mate said that they've been really depleted of late.
Yeah, they are.
And weirdly, they jogged Daniel Marlon on to Roma. I don't know whether you saw that. I think they're in the process. I think they're going to get Tammy Abraham in return. Yeah, but they got rid of Marlon on a £2 million loan fee and then a possibility for an option to buy. And Marlon scored today for Roma.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's
It was only playing for him last.
Yeah, but that's the weirdest get rid of because he was actually doing bits for him.
Yeah,
And they liked him.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought he was all right. He was something different to Watkins.
It was a good option B or alternative, or we need to change the game.
And Tammy Abraham said, "Well, they're going to bring in instead of him."
I think so. I think that's on the cards.
I don't know how good
Well, he
that
has
is.
played for Villa before.
He has, yeah. Is that the end for Ollie Watkins? Because he's gone from being a prolific striker to being a bit of a...
Well, I asked and I inquired today actually. Has Watkins got like some underlying health problem because he doesn't always play, doesn't he, start? And apparently he's got quite a severe knee injury that needs to be
Well,
managed.
they're waiting to the end of the season, are they? What are you saying? Like he needs surgery on it, but
I don't know. I think it just has to be one of those like injuries that has to be constantly assessed, and you can't play 90 minutes consistently.
Or is it a case of him being a little bit disappointed that the Arsenal move didn't come to fruition?
Maybe.
Because he's an Arsenal supporter, isn't he?
And to be honest, it would have been a great signing for Arsenal.
Oh,
He
wow.
seems quintessentially what Arsenal would need.
I think they would be really good at Arsenal. Actually.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves, and maybe not this month, but if he does, it'd be a great signing for a lot of clubs.
That's a big hole to fill from Villa, though.
Yeah, they'd need to go big on someone equally as good or better.
What money would they get for him now? What did
Watkins,
Arsenal bid for him?
Oh, I don't think. I think it's too late for his Arsenal move now.
No, I agree.
But Watkins.
Are Arsenal going to look at that and think, are Aston Villa going to look at that and think we've fucked up there?
I do, yeah.
But then again, if Arsenal were to go, do you know what? Because I don't think Gokares is it. It wouldn't surprise me if they jogged him on in a season or a couple of seasons. But they went big on another striker, but then bought Watkins as a bench striker.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me, and that would probably be quite an astute bit of
Probably
business.
be quite good, actually.
Yeah. But all right, let's talk about what Villa are doing league-wise. So
Fucked up a bit there today.
they did that. They really had a chance to put some points on the board. And
If they won that, would have put them 4 points away?
That would have put them 4 points off Arsenal and 2 points ahead of City. As it stands, it's Arsenal on 50 and both City and Villa on 43, both 7 points back. So out of the 3 games which were played, I think Villa had the biggest opportunity to put
massively.
points on the board there against
I know
Everton.
Man City are playing United, but it's a Manchester derby. But Villa, Everton, Villa should be putting them away.
Yeah, they should.
But then I don't think Villa are sitting there saying we're challenging for the title.
They don't. They've been literally trying to put themselves out of the title talk for as long as humanly possible. Most of the Villa fans are going, it's X amount of points to 6th, which means that they're thinking of Champions League qualification, and that's the.
They get third. I think Villa are good enough to get third.
Yeah, they'll get third. I mean, Villa are now.
I don't think they're going to drop that many points. How far in front are they instead of fourth?
They're 7. They're 7 ahead of Liverpool, and Liverpool they can't string anything together to save their lives. So
I think the only thing with Villa for me is that they've been on such a good run. I mean, beginning of the season, we said before they went how many games, didn't even score a goal.
4 without scoring, and then they drew 1-1 with Sunderland on the 5th game.
And they've been on such a good run. They can't keep that going. And if they lose to Everton, they can lose to anyone.
who
Without being
they-
disrespectful to them.
who they got next?
Villa.
You can lose to everything. You lose to fucking
No, but
Macclesfield,
you know
mate.
what I mean, though. Well, yeah, true.
Well, they got a really tough few days ahead of them. Really, they got
Yeah.
away to Fenerbahce in Turkey, and then 3 days later they got away to Newcastle. So that's not an easy week for them.
I think taking the Champions League away from it, the Newcastle game, I think, will be a really defining moment for both clubs.
I do,
Yeah,
because I
definitely.
think Villa are going to do them. I think that shows where Newcastle are as a club.
Where? Villa or?
Yes, that's St James's Park.
Yeah. I think Villa are going to do them, and I think it will show where Newcastle are.
That stinks
And I
of a
think-
draw
It's
off
a
hand.
huge. It's a
If they-
huge.
That might be your
game.
favourite result. I reckon 1-1.
I do like a draw.
You
but
do. You love a good 1-1 draw. or
I
not?
predict them. They don't come in. Right, fucking hell.
Your hackers must be fucking boring.
Right.
Draw,
1-1.
draw.
I
bet
need-
your odds though are
mate,
fucking sky
Yeah,
high.
I only need one to come in, mate, and I'm fucking off to the Caribbean, son.
But all right, just a last point on Villa before we move on to our clubs.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you
I think on the looking at the Newcastle game, for me that's fucking huge, and whoever wins that will get top four.
Yeah.
We'll get top four.
Yeah, I do.
Fair.
I do. I still
I-
fancy Newcastle a bit. I do.
I think Villa will perform better than they did today. A bit of a wake up call for them. I'm going to go draw.
They weren't that bad today, Villa.
No.
They just Everton. James Tarkowski is just a brick wall, and they just couldn't put anything. They missed that last ball, but Everton weren't all over them or anything like that.
No. Okay. But Villa are third. Do you think they're going to stay there?
Yeah.
I think that's them. Yeah, me too. I think third is where they are and where they'll stay. Right. Let's move on to the Stadium of Light where Sunderland beat Palace 2-1.
Shall we do the game first and then
We'll do the game, Sunderland, and then move on to you.
Cool.
So 2-1. I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights. It looked a bit. Sunderland kind of dominated the highlights and the key moments.
Yeah,
What do you make of it?
we did have some chances we didn't put away. That Robin Bruce made a couple of good saves, but we just. I know it must get so boring me saying it, but it's quite boring as a Palace fan as well. We're just depleted, mate. Like, we've got nothing on the bench to bring on. You know when your team's just playing like bang average, you're like, I could really use with someone just to bring on, just to liven up the game a bit. We ain't got that.
Do you think
Unless
the
you wanna
European
bring on-
games are really taking its toll?
Yeah, but I'll go on it more a bit later on when we talk about Palace. But yeah, obviously. But the thing is, though, you can't sit there in an actual real Premier League game. It's all right on Football Manager, but you then go, I need a little bit of life into the game, and you bring a 16-year-old on, which you can't do. And I completely get why Glasgow can't do that. You can't bring on 16-year-old game. 16-year-old in a Premier League game, you can't. It doesn't work like that in real life.
You can't win anything with kids.
No, and you know, as sad as it is, we're just depleted as shit. Why is Senegal suddenly so good just because we've got a player there? Why have they gone all the
Oh,
way?
we have too.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I know.
I was
Us too.
wishing them the
Yeah.
other day.
Fuck's
Wishing them
sake.
the other day to fuck up. Did they? Of course they didn't. Oh, mate, I was fuming.
Yeah, I bet you were. But before we touch on Palace in depth, let's just quickly talk about Sunderland. And do you think they're worth the victory first of all?
Yeah, they probably deserved to beat us. I don't think a draw would have been so outlandish either, to be fair. They weren't that amazing. Their goals are really
Robbie's goal was a belter, no?
great finish.
Great
finish.
finish. But how the fuck
But
you managed to get out of there?
Yeah, but it was they tried to play it through. Our defender stopped it and just bounced to him. That reminded me of like a FIFA goal. It was just not jammy, because they probably did deserve to beat us. A draw wouldn't have been so outlandish, really, though. But when you ain't 1 in 10, then you don't win those games, do you?
Yeah, okay. So let's quickly just see what it does for Sunderland in the league placings. They're 9th at the moment.
Still unbeaten at home.
Yeah, I know.
It's
So
outrageous.
Stadium Light has become a bit of a fortress. Ropey away form,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but now they're 9th, and I feel that they're starting to ever so slightly edge down the league? I know you've been saying ever since we first started this podcast that you feel that Sunderland are going to have their bubble burst, so to speak.
I think, and again, I'm going to say I've got a lot of friends that support Sunderland, and it's not nothing
Personal or against them?
No, it's Carnival.
Do you not think the club even kind of know that they're going to slide down the league?
I think they are literally looking at that and thinking, "Wow, what the fuck?"
Well, they've exceeded all expectations.
100%. I'm going to put it out there now that they will continue to drop. I think they'll be in the bottom. Below, I think they'll finish below 15th.
No, I thought you were going to say bottom three then.
No.
I was thinking, Jesus.
That's a drop off.
However, next season, bottom 6.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Bold statement, but you heard it here first on the ABFC.
I wouldn't disagree with him, especially not the next season thing. I can't agree with him. I think they'd be just above mid-table purely on how good their home record is.
And it's huge. They're home.
They're not that good though.
They're
Let's
not.
be fair.
Mate, they come up through the fucking playoffs,
We're
man.
playing dog shit at the moment. And realistically, it probably should have been a draw.
They may get second season syndrome next year.
Definitely.
They've been flying high this year. They've done enough to stay up 100%. I don't think they're going to get themselves embroiled into the relegation trap at all. But
Their fans will get arsey next year as well.
Expectation?
Yeah. Not so much expectation like they deserve to be so high up.
Like you were in League 2 a few years ago, man.
But when they say they start the season, they lose 3 games in a row, which is very easy to do in the Premier League.
Easy.
Very easy to do.
Easy.
I think the fans that fortress will suddenly, like I said earlier, that suddenly turns into a bit of a poison.
Yeah, but eventually you
Unless
start
they
losing
start
a few
off
at
well,
home,
yeah.
and
If they start off well, then whatever.
yeah, we will see. All right, that's Sunderland. Let's go on to you boys, and before we go, I'll let you loose on Palace. Let's just have a quick mention of what Glasner said during his interview. That he says he feels abandoned by the club. Do you think that had any bearing on the result? If not, talk us through what you think that means.
So, shall I talk on the Glasner thing?
Yeah, go
so
for it. Do it all. This is
You're on the table, son.
I've got a couple of things about this. Mm-hmm. So, one thing in Glasner's interview, did you see it?
I did not.
Right, so he's saying, I've been abandoned pretty much by them lot upstairs, can't buy anything. What team sells their captain day before a game? Why not do it a bit after so he can play this game? Same thing happened with Eze as well, just before the game. Why? Just give him, so we could have this play and then we can move it on. But we've had pretty much, I get what he's saying, got the whole week to prepare for this game, and suddenly I can't prepare for it with my captain who's now gone. Mm-hmm. Everything he said, I agree with, in the fact of, what the hell? But Palace fans have been saying it for ages. We know we're a selling club, but reinvest and buy stuff. I like when we've sold Eze, we've bought Pino in. I like that sort of stuff. Cool, no problem. But you have to then still, you can't then expect to sell Gahey and still haven't got anyone in. And it's not just that. Don't give it the big un, and you're loving it that we're now in the Europa League, and extra bits of money coming in from us. You have to invest in a squad. You can't expect your 11 players that are really... We were a fucking good 11 when we were all fit. We're not anymore. We've replaced Elise with Sarr. Quality. We've replaced Eze with Pino. I still think that's still a reasonable sign-in for us because Eze was too good for us, Elisa was, so fine. Those 2 players, cool. But those players can't play every single week, right? Those players cannot play every single week. Well, they can play every week, but we don't play every week now. We play Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday. And if we go a little bit further in some cup competitions, Sunday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every fucking day of the week. It's not going to happen. And if any Palace fan sat there really thinking we wasn't going to get absolutely blitzed this part of Christmas, just for Christmas and just after, well, you're a fucking mug because we didn't buy anyone. You know, Uche doesn't even play because he's not good enough. Really, he's not good enough. So
strangely, I like him though. He's got something likeable about him.
I like him, but play him in the Conference League. And when we did against Cups, he scored a banger. Who? Cups. We'll never win. So that part of Glasner's rant, I agree with. But why come out and say it? That's what I can't grasp. Because you've come out and told everyone that you're not signing the contract, and I've told the players this morning, and now I've told you guys. So you don't really give a fuck that you're not being. You told the club months ago, that's what you said. You told the club months ago that you won't sign a new contract, so you're going at the end of the season. So months ago, that decision was made. So what's the point now? Why didn't he say that at the first press conference before we start the season? This is what I can't grasp.
Would he have known that though, or is it now a case of you're not backing me, so...
I think you're right. It's not something you say right at the beginning of the season, I'm not signing another contract. No. That just creates, bit of instability.
You got European football in front of you, you've just won a cup, let's get into the season, and all of a sudden you're getting a little bit into it and you're not feeling it, and they're saying Gay's going to go now, and he's probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, but I've done all of this.
But let's be real.
Let's have it right.
Fuck it.
Let's fucking have it right.
Let's have it fucking right. Anyone here, and I reckon anyone that watches this, anyone that's looked at the Gahey deal, he's got 3 months or something left in his contract. You sold him for 20 mil. Am I wrong or am I right? I'm thinking that's a fucking good deal. I think that's an absolute fucking. I think it's probably an awesome sell. Yeah. As much as I don't want him, he's fucking legend of the club, he's our captain. But that is some awesome money to get for someone who's going to go on a free in the summer. 20 mil for that. Problem is, know that you're going to do that, which I reckon they had a good idea that people are going to buy someone. Buy someone. But my issue is, I don't like the fact that Glasner's come out and said it. It bugs me because it just puts so much pressure to an already at the moment fumbling team that just can't get a win. Mateta's not putting the ball in the net. Just nothing going forward is looking like very easy. Everything seems really hard for us to get anything out of a game. And just those sort of things, even if you're going or not, don't throw a grenade in the fucking... I just feel like he's going out, but he's pulled a pin on a grenade and go, hey, you boys, you come down with me, boys.
But I saw something on Twitter. Apparently he's done it everywhere he's been. Glasner has kind of poked holes at the board or the club, wherever he's been.
The thing that bugged me about it is... When they're saying, well, do you think you'll make it to the end of the season? He goes, oh yeah, I'll never do that. I believe in these players and we stick together. Right. So if that's your actual thought, you wouldn't be coming out here and mugging off the board that you know is going to sack you or fucking tell you're a fucking helmet and you'll leave straight away. Sitting there, I want to stay with my players. Well, no, you don't, because you wouldn't come out with a stupid rant, would you? Like... Have this rant at home or with the fellas, whoever. You just don't say that to the press. Do you know? And it annoys me. And the only thing that annoys me, I agree with him. I agree with everything he said. But just don't do it because all you've done is throwing a grenade in the dressing room and gone, see you lads, hey.
Don't give a fuck what happens now, mate. I'm off
to United.
All right. So what do you personally think that grenade and Gahey leaving, and what do you think that does for Palace?
The best thing to squash this grenade, if your Palace club, would be come out and say, yeah, we fucked up. Like Steve Parish needs to come out and go, yep, he ain't wrong. He shouldn't have had a go at us. We fucked up. We need to buy some more. We need to invest a little bit more. Don't sack him. Because I feel it's going to be a really hard task for a manager to come in and sort that out. Whereas I don't think it would be so hard for a manager to start looking at managers now and talking to them to come in at the end of the season, or after the end of the season. I know you've got the World Cup, which isn't that helpful, but you've still got that pre-season and to be in the club itself and maybe talk about who you think is needed and what we're going to move forward to the club. That's what I would say. I kind of think do I think we will? No, I think it'll be gone by the end of the week. But
I was about to ask you.
Do you think that quick?
Yeah.
You do.
I just don't think. As soon as I thought the same with Amarin. As soon as you mug off the
balls.
boss.
Yeah,
if I went to work and went to my boss, oi, cunt, fuck off.
You're a mug. Yeah.
Sam Allardyce incoming. Kevin Nolan, you get the boys back together.
If I can get the band back together, that's it. If you want to squash that grenade in the changing room, that might happen, and we start going on some real bad losing streak. That's what I think we're going to need to do. But who fucking knows?
All right. So final point on Palace, mate. What is your overall thoughts on where you are, what you're doing, and what
I think by the end of the season we will start winning games again. I think I wouldn't surprise me if we end up 15th, 14th, something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like to.
Now?
Do you know what I would?
13th for the minute.
Yeah, I would kind of like to grab some wins in the Premier League, so we'd kind of say what we're like 10 points away from safety or whatever, but or like as in like 40 points is what I mean. And fucking try and give it a go in our last chance for a cup. That's another reason I would like Glasgow to go. Can you imagine Glasgow?
It ain't going to be the FA Cup, is it? You can't. You can have like Macclesfield.
Oh, you know what, mate?
Sorry, man. You're a dick. Sorry, man. It had to be said.
You're a dick.
You're a dick.
Go stand in the corner.
Have a word with yourself. Wanker.
All right. So that was Sunderland Palace. Let's go on to the big one, mate. Let's go on to the big one.
Me and you.
For any of you out there who have noticed that Fieldsy is
Got a smile on his face,
is a
mate.
little bit more chirpier than usual. It's because it was West Ham 2, Spurs 1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Do you want to go first on me, mate?
I'll have a little chat. And then
Go on
you
then.
go.
Right, so talk us through how you saw it.
It's probably the most underwhelming victory over Tottenham in my life.
You ungrateful cunt.
Let's have it fucking right.
He's literally built you up going, Fieldsy, a bit more chirpier. Here's what he's got to say. It was shit.
It was shit. Right, so...
End the stream, Dave.
Podcast done.
Go on, mate.
Hear me out. Right, so, from a West Ham point of view, we get battered by Wolves, we get mugged off by Forest, we're playing Tottenham, and it shouldn't have any impact on how we play, but I think it might have a little bit. I'd have rather have beat Wolves, beat Forest, and lost to Tottenham than lose to them two and get 3 against you. I'm going to take like my hat and the whole West Ham Tottenham thing off here, because from my point of view, we are in such a dire fucking position. Yes, fantastic. We beat Tottenham, right? It wouldn't have mattered if we beat you, Wolves or Forest. It's points we need, right? It just so happens that you were worse than us and we beat you. I cannot sit here and give you shit because of the situation that it is. And like, you're currently shit, we're shit, and we were just a little bit better than shit on the day. And so in previous years supporting West Ham, if I said to you outside when we was having a chat, if Tottenham was 6th and we were 7th and there was 2 points in it and we beat you, I'd be fucking all over you. I'd be all over you, but I can't. Yes, okay, brilliant. we beat Tottenham, but I'm not. I can't even do. We got 3 points. That's where I'm at. In that, I can't give Tottenham supporters any shit because we're still in the fucking bottom 3. Like,
I hope your players feel like that though.
Well, they have to, surely.
Because
I mean, fuck me.
I feel like
Why are you raising your game to play Tottenham when you've just lost to Wolves and fucking Forest? Yeah. Okay, I had the rant about the Forest game. I think I stand my ground that we was mugged off by VAR in that game. Yeah. Okay, but the Wolves game, fuck me. Yeah, I'd have rather took 3 points off of Wolves than I would have Tottenham. That's my truth.
Yeah, I get it.
So, in a weird sort of way, I'll take the 3 points. The victory is great. I've already had some people saying, "Oh, that was your cup final and all that bollocks," right? Fuck off,
every game's
dickheads.
your cup final now, though. To be fair,
it is. But when it comes to not Alex, to be fair, he's not said it. I've got a lot of Tottenham friends. Oh, you won your cup final. Fuck off, you dickhead. You've only been in one cup final in fucking 10. You've been in as many cup finals as we have, you knobhead. Fuck off. Fuck off. Right? We're both in a dire situation. Okay? And it's 3 points. From my point of view, the whole Tottenham thing and the argument and giving you shit, right? I don't want to because our situation is where it is. So, from my point of view, okay, we've won our first game in 10. Woohoo! Sunderland, huge. We have to beat Sunderland. We then have Chelsea. We then have Burnley. The Sunderland and the Burnley game, for me, is bigger than the Tottenham game had we have swapped that with a victory against Forest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So for me, for the first season in a long, long time, yes, we won. Yes, we got 3 points. The fact it was against Tottenham, I'm not even that bothered because we've got bigger shit going on. So that's where I'm at.
That's fair result, and I think
is that a fair?
Yeah, and I think hopefully your players take it on. Okay, it's just 3 points. We need some more.
We need points. It doesn't matter who we beat at the weekend. I don't care that we beat Tottenham.
They do need to.
We
play
need
that
to win
against,
games.
Yeah.
So that's taken the shine off of the victory against Tottenham hugely.
Still 3 points
for me. It's 3 points. It's 3 points.
Big 3 points. Puts you 7 away now.
Forest drew. So
Forest drew. So that's you on 17, them on 22. So that's. But that kind of put a bit more of a fear of God in them a little bit.
If you do beat Sunderland, I don't know who Forest have got next, but if they lose and you do beat Sunderland, then they start shitting their pants.
So the Sunderland game and then Chelsea, then Burnley. Then if we don't get 6 points in the next 3 points, we need to beat Sunderland. I'm writing off the Chelsea game and beat Burnley. If we don't get 6 points in the next 3 games, I think we're done.
What if you get 4 and they don't win? They don't get a point.
It closes it, but then
puts you to a point.
We're getting into like the last fucking few games. We've got United. We've got.
So
I did look at it earlier. Yeah, but they beat City. They're 4th. It's
United beat them.
Shit. I know, but they got Carrick, manager bounce. I looked at the fixtures earlier. We got a tough run, man.
Oh yeah,
we've got a tough run.
Yeah, you do have a tough
we
run,
have to get 6 points in the next 3 games. If we get 6 points in the next 3 games, right, we're still not out of trouble. But I'd look at that and I think, okay, that's 9 points in the last 4. Then all of a sudden that gap's closed, assuming Forest drop points. We stand a chance. We're not quite done yet. The next 3 games are fucking massive. Sorry to run on. Let's say ignore Tottenham. Let's say we lost to Tottenham but beat Forest.
Yeah.
Right. The next fucking three games for us, I think, is it's so big.
Yeah.
So big. The Sunderland game is probably the biggest game of the season for us, as it stands. Which is the next game.
That'll be interesting, that one.
Yeah,
huge. So that's where I'm at. So, yes, we beat you. It's taking the shine off it. I can't give you shit. I do like beating Tottenham. We do it occasionally, but it's not. I can't get overexcited about it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No. You crack on because you're going to hammer Thomas
come
Frank.
on,
And we lost to West Ham. They're fucking shit.
I was going to say that, but I'm glad you said that for me. But first of all, I will say,
absolutely.
I think overall,
You called it as well.
yeah, I called it. I didn't think it was just everything pointed towards it. It's a bit like last year. Ipswich hadn't won in the Premier League for 30 years. They came to Spurs.
We hadn't won away from home.
You hadn't won away from home, or you hadn't won for 10 games. They came to us. Bournemouth a few weeks ago hadn't won in 9 games. They came and won. You hadn't won in 11 games. You came.
Yeah.
We've got Burnley next. We haven't won in 13. Guess what's going to fucking happen there?
Please win.
I can't even get upset about the fact that it's West Ham, or the little miniature London rivalry or whatever it is. We are just a fucking appalling state of affairs at the minute, and I want to sack that cunt now. I've been on the fence. I've been a little bit kind of wanting him to succeed or give him a bit of time, but nah, it's just not working. The fans are booing him. The players don't look like they're doing
Arguing with the fans.
Huh?
Arguing with the fans.
Yeah, arguing the fan, and the fans are booing him. And I saw a video of a fan cam. The players came over and they kind of clapped the players because there was a few good performances. Basuma I thought was really good.
Yeah, considering he's been left out in the cold, he came in.
Consider Frank left him out in the cold, and he was one of our best performers on the day. Just I thought that was really good for him in the day. But the fans came over, they clapped Basuma, and then when Frank came over and they booed Frank individually when he was clapping, and then he walked off, and then they stopped when he'd gone. And they started cheering the players again. There's just such a discord between the fans and the manager, and I don't think the board.
I thought it was such a good appointment when they done it as well. I thought it was a great appointment.
It was, yeah, all right, okay, we'll see how it goes. It wasn't a top class. It wasn't a signing that got you off your seat a little bit. It was all right, okay. Frank had done bits at Brentford. He took them up a league. He kept them in the Premier League, and he'd done all right, and maybe he deserved a crack at a bigger and better job.
I agree with you, because I think that was a really good sign. And when you say weren't the big man, which that's what I thought was good for you.
Yeah,
a good Premier League player,
do.
but he's not a big one, because your big ones don't succeed yours because
they
want bigger things for Tottenham. And
or
your blokes up the top don't.
I thought it was an appointment. Sorry to interrupt. I thought when you appointed Frank, and you've had your Conte and your Mourinho's, and you tried going big, I actually thought that was a really good appointment. In that, this is a manager that's going to consolidate the club.
Long
They're going to get them together. It's going to be a long-term appointment where he might not hit the ground running. You might not get top 4, but it's going to be a gradual progression, season after season, and you were going to come together.
I thought it was going to be a next Pochettino signing.
I thought it was a great appointment.
Yeah, and sadly, it just hasn't materialised. I mean, you guys, we all watched the Arsenal game. Fucking no. You
I tell you what, that was awful.
Even Postecoglou managed to get, even though we lost against Arsenal both times, or the majority of the times that he played, it was close. It was at least a narrow fought affair. I remember we watched the NLD with you, me and Tom around at your place, and we were 3-0 down, but fought back and still nearly managed to get something out of it.
Even when you played Chelsea, when you didn't have any players left on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Under Randy, we still had to go with 9 players. An iconic game, and we all kind of all for it. But against Chelsea, woeful. We lost. I mean,
that Chelsea
awful.
and Arsenal game should be enough.
Exactly. If there's 3 teams that you're going to say, like, make sure you perform against Arsenal. Make sure you turn up. Do not buy.
Don't have to win.
You have to, don't get beat. Just don't get smashed. Energetically and everywhere. Chelsea, don't lose against Chelsea. Don't get railed against Chelsea, and we did. And it was 1-0. I get it, but
mate, that could have been about 6.
It could have been a 6. Yeah. And the third and foremost, don't lose against West Ham. And especially when they're the shittest team version of West Ham I've ever seen. And it's not even a dig at you, mate.
No,
it's not
I can't argue it. I can't argue
I don't even enjoy watching the team anymore. I watched it, and I watched it over there, and if any fucking authorities they want to get me for it, I watched it on a dodgy stream, and there was me clicking the fucking thing to get all the pop-ups off again. I was dedicated. I watched it, and I thought, I still know I'm going to lose. Yeah. Still know I'm going to lose. I had no faith. It was. I remember it being 1-1, and I thought it was a penalty, soft, but it wasn't given. Maybe that was your bit of luck that you deserved for the luck you didn't get against Forest. And thought, okay, when he got a corner, but this is it. I knew you were going to score. Like the Lanzini goal, I knew you were going to score that corner. Knew it. It was just like, but it was a poking from fucking Callum Wilson, mate.
I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch the game, and the reason that I didn't watch the game was because I've watched so many games, and I thought to myself, I went and watched the local football club, Holt United. Yeah. And I thought, I turned off flash scores, I turned Sky Sport off, I turned everything off. Because I knew there's a few Tottenham supporters down there, and I didn't want to know, is the truth. I didn't want to know.
Did you not think you were going to get anything out of the game?
No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't. And I just didn't want to know. I thought we were getting hammered. But on that note, Callum Wilson, he was fucking gone last week. He gets subbed on in the 90th minute. He has one shot blocked, goes for a corner, one touch. Ball gets played into the area, second touch, third touch, scores. Mate, give the lad a fucking contract. Like, fucking, he's our top goal scorer. And it's what we need. We need somebody in the box that wants to put the ball in the back of the net, which we haven't had.
Why is he leaving? Because he's on pay-per-play?
Yeah, it was pay-per-play. He's not getting time, and we've just spent a bit of money on 2 strikers. I think Nuno basically turned around and said to him, listen,
your limits or your minutes are going to be limited.
Yeah.
So,
and I think he might have thrown his toys at the pram a bit, but they've since had a little bit of a conversation where he said, look, if you're good for 20 minutes, you're good for 20 minutes. Which is a fair thing from a manager to say, Callum Wilson, and which has proved it. Sorry, going back to the game, I didn't watch it, I didn't want to know anything about it. I turned everything off because I honestly thought that you were gonna win.
But we fucking didn't, mate. No, and
what's going to happen now?
Right, what's going to happen now? Right, so I thought he would have been sacked by now. I've been checking my phone all day, expecting that picture of the corner flag and big in the club announcement. Frank has been sacked. I don't care who comes in. I don't even care about answering the question about who comes in.
Who would you personally like to see come in at this point?
But that's a question of who do I want to see come in, or who's realistically going to come in right now. Those are 2 completely different questions. I would take Xavi. Right now, Xavi Hernandez.
That would be a huge.
It would be a huge coup. All right, okay. He did bits at Barcelona and kept them competitive when they had no money. I don't see it. There's even talk about get Xabi Alonso. He's free. Yeah,
my God, that would be a fucking coup.
It would be a coming through, but I think he's being groomed for the Liverpool job.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think Slot's going to last.
Yeah, well, didn't we say in the previous thing about when Slot was having a wobble, we're going off topic here, but didn't we say about Gerrard maybe in the caretaker and then Alonso taking over? So
Alonso will be
manager.
And
unless
of Liverpool,
unless like Slot pulls some form out and manages to impress the board and the fans, so I'll give me more time because I won you a league last year. God damn it! Then I don't see Xavi coming to us. Back on topic. I don't see Xabi Alonso coming to us. To be honest, I don't know. I don't care. Not Robbie Keane.
There you go, Mitch.
He's doing bits in Hungary.
Yeah, he is.
That's a really tough one.
I don't know who you would go for.
I don't know.
An Iriola?
Iriola, but at the minute, as you've pertained to for many a week, we're a bit of a poison, toxic club at the minute. And
you're not the only one. We are as well, but yeah.
It's a gamble to come to us because there's no real upward trajectory. If you're a ambitious manager, you want to go to somewhere where they look like they're on the up, so I'm going to go and get in there rather than I'm going to go in there and I've got to save them out. I've got to get rid of all that fucking deadwood. And
it's almost like a 3+ year project.
Yeah, I mean there is also talk that apparently we're going to try. Remember what this is doing, the rumour mill, that when Pochettino finishes the USA in the summer, then we get him to come back over.
That would be fucking embarrassing. That would be fucking massively embarrassing. Your most successful manager in probably what, 20 years, 30 years?
To be honest, I take it right now. No, just because I want something different that is now.
I don't think you would get the same success out of him now.
No, because the players are shit that they've got. They've got two good centre backs. Other than that, they're shit.
Right, who also want to go?
Romero. He was on Tottenham Spurs TV, wasn't he? In English. He never fucking talks in English.
It came out and he's basically saying it could have been so good. And all right, lost in translation a little bit. He had a little dig, under the pretense of like, I don't really know what I'm saying because it's not my first language. But
for him to come out and speak English on that, I think that says a word. And it was it last week that he came out on his socials and sort of gave it the big one as well.
And gave it a big one. So he wants to go. Don't blame him. Van der Ven wants to go. Don't blame him. He deserves a better club anyway.
Does it look like you could be going to Barca at the end of the season?
Barca, Liverpool's the destination where I think a lot of people are suggesting.
Well, only because they missed out on Gate.
Yeah. Well, either or. We need to get rid of a lot of deadwood. I'm starting to really fall out of love with Porro.
Because he was class.
He was class, but he was fucking dog shit against the other day. Fucking dog shit. Right. Oh, hello.
Fucking hell, it's all kicked off.
You're ranting.
Greenland's been attacked.
God damn. Cryptos are going down now. Fuck's sake. Again.
We made a little time with them. But yeah. So, Porro was fucking dog shit the other day. He couldn't. He's supposed to be famed for crossing and set pieces. He kept blasting against the first man, biting the fucking table in frustration. Who else am I going to dig out and all?
I think you could do most of your midfield.
Yeah, I mean, I can't dig out Archie Gray too much. He's still young.
He's a kid, but why are you playing him?
Well, I mean,
Kudus is out now, isn't he? For a while.
Well, centre midfield wise, SARS at AFCON.
Kudus is out for a while.
Apparently, Kudus is out until probably till most of the season. Bentancur's got a hamstring injury. Paulinho's injured. Bergvall was subbed on. So basically, there's a lack of options in the middle. Obviously, we bought Conor Gallagher.
Apparently, Conor Gallagher got slated.
Well,
but he's not what they need. I think it's a great sorry. No, I think
agree.
It's a really good signing, right?
Yeah.
But the issue you have with that signing is
he was at Palace, wasn't he?
Yeah. But
and that was probably the best version of Conor Gallagher. So I've seen.
That's not what you need. You don't need someone to hurry around the midfield and be. I mean, he was really good at Palace because we played him like a number 10.
Yeah.
The issue you have with it is they don't need that. They need someone to progress the ball through the midfield. When has Conor Gallagher ever done that? And then you've just spent 40 mil on him for his name and because you've got him from Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. So in answer to your question, what do I think of him? It's too early because that's his first game at home at a toxic environment where we protested before the game. So it's not exactly a great place to come into. He's been in Spain for X amount of long, where the pace of the game is slower, it's warmer, it isn't fucking freezing cold. So he needs a little bit of time to adjust, acclimatise, get used to his mates or whatever. I mean, he was all right, but like you say, he's not really what we need.
But he takes one of your players' place, that like a Paulinho or something.
Yeah, well, Paulinho, regretfully, he was injured. I reckon Paulinho and Gallagher may be slightly too defensive, but then that'll at least give him time to roam. It was only when Basuma came on, and he's a touch more, a ball carrier into the final third a little bit, that we actually started to look like we could actually do something against West Ham. But, mate, overall, it is fucking dog shit. It is fucking dog shit. It stinks.
Who's coming lower, us or you?
Us. And I will say this with a level of authority. If you start winning, we're going to be scrapping with you.
Yeah. Can I just say as well, because I'm gobsmacked, this is Sunday night we record this, right?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that it wasn't 8 o'clock and they pronounced it straight away that he got the sack.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get the sack right, how long then do you keep him for? Because I think that is possibly the game that sends you.
Yeah. Well,
That has
amongst the fans, I agree.
Yeah, but even the pundits, Soccer Saturday, Tim Sherwood was sitting there going, if he loses this, he's gone.
And see, I think at the minute, I think there's a board are a bit spineless. And if they would have been Bowley or Abramovich or something, they would have been gone already.
Yeah, but are they doing a Sir Jim?
Maybe
of going, we don't want to look like we fucked up, so we'll keep him and he will get results.
Right, so here we go. Before we go, I'm going to tell you our next run of fixtures. So Burnley, as I've just said, at Turf Moor. We haven't won an X amount of games. Just perfect for Dr. Spurs to lose to them. Then we've got City, United at Old Trafford, Newcastle, Arsenal.
Fucking hell.
Jeez.
And then Fulham away, which is another game. And then we've got you boys.
I just don't know
how. We could lose all 5 of those games, and if you were to win, just say you were to pick up 6 points, like you say you needed. Right, what would that do? Then that would put you literally 4 points behind us.
That's fucking mental.
So,
oh yeah, you're 10 points away from you.
Yeah, 10 points. So if we lost the next 5, which is fucking wholeheartedly true, and you picked up 2 wins in 9, say you drew an extra 1 on top of that one, just for a little bit of extra spice to it, you could be 3 points behind us.
Wow. So my
dog shit, mate.
Yeah, no, and I get it, and I know that earlier in the podcasts I was giving you a bit of stick about the whole Wolves game.
Because if you drew at Wolves, if you beat Wolves,
you would have been 4th. Or second. No, second. Right.
You would have been second. But that is so long ago. How mental is that?
I love that.
And now we're talking about, if you lose to and we beat you're in the fucking bottom 5.
But how does it get to the point where we're sitting there going, it's not that bad, mate. If you beat...
And it wasn't. To be fair, I understand, right? But at the beginning, when we were doing that whole little thing, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad.
I think you're making it out to be... But... thing is, though, you can't sit there and say they're wrong. Everyone saw the issues that were happening.
I didn't.
I didn't see it.
From an outsider looking through.
You saw the league position thinking, why are you not happy? Because we're up there. But myself and me, we both saw, shit, this is the way that we are playing. If we carry on doing exactly the same, which has copy-pasted across all of the fixtures, and look where we are now, and look what the level of toxicity that is between the fans and the board and the players and everyone.
So, a quick question. Thomas Frank tonight's been sacked. Bomb. See you later. Who comes in? Who can come in?
Don't give a fuck.
Save.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I want a name.
I
want a name.
I can't give you one because I don't know. I'll take anyone.
Harry Redknapp.
Would you take anyone? Because I feel like that's the sort of appointment they do, and put someone in that all you like Tottenham fans are going to, a bit like what they did at Chelsea, and go, fucking hell.
Right. Okay. So to answer your question with a
Sol
name,
Campbell.
Right.
saying? He's got history with the club. Come on. Sol Campbell. If he's sacked at Notts County, he's sacked at Macclesfield. You get him in, he's free.
But
Free agent, come on.
If you got someone like Irio, I can't even say it.
Iriola, but I don't see us getting him at this juncture.
No.
Why not though?
I don't know. It'll probably be like what Man United have done with Carrick, and we'll get an interim guy. But look what's happened to them.
No, but you don't have the sort of players that turn to managers like them lot do.
Well, who have they had?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
And Rooney.
Yeah. Look how they've done.
Who have you got though?
Fucking no one.
Robbie Keane in Hungary. Like, fucking hell. Like, I'm not saying they're that good. But
Right.
someone mentioned the championship at Borough and someone mentioned someone in Hungary. There's quite a big difference.
I never rated Robbie Keane as a manager. Don't pin that on me.
So my opinion of this, and I'm going to try to talk to this from like a bit of a West Ham point of view. Like, to be fair, I'm all
Taggy is who you need.
yeah, I'm all right with Nuno. Right, he's inherited a shower of shit. But let's just say West Ham got rid of Nuno, you get rid of Thomas Frank. Right, I think I'm at a point where if a manager come in, I would want a manager that didn't give a fuck. In terms of, and I think this is where football's gone wrong. Yes men.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes men. Nuno's a yes man. Thomas Frank's a yes man, right? The problem is, the only way in which we're going to get better is if we get people in that aren't yes men, but the board are not going to employ somebody that isn't. So basically, what I'm saying is, what I would want is a manager to come in and basically turn around and say, I'm managing the fucking club, I'm signing who I want to fucking sign, I'm going to play who I want to play, this is the formation, I'm going to coach them, I'm not going to be, no one's going to fucking tell me how to do my fucking job. And that, I think, is where football has gone wrong.
Yeah.
I do.
The problem is, the reason why you don't have that nowadays is because the managers get paid so much buns
And
from these guys, so you can't mug them off.
but the only reason that the managers are getting paid these funds is because they do what they're fucking told. Whereas the successful managers are the ones that turn around and say, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm going to do, I want him, he can fucking go, I'll have a look at him, right? Let the manager manage the club. Managers don't manage clubs.
No.
They don't manage clubs no more.
No, they do. I agree.
Right?
There's
And I think that is a downfall. And I also think that, with respect, Thomas Frank, I won't say Nuno, Graham Potter from like Lopetegui.
They're
like,
head
blah, blah.
coaches, though, aren't they?
Yeah. Mate, I don't want a fucking coach, I want a manager.
Yeah, I agree.
Get a manager in place, the manager will appoint the coaches. Right? The manager will say, I want him to coach defence, you can coach midfield, you can coach the attack, I'm in charge of you, I'm the manager of the club, I'll tell you, David fucking Sullivan, I know he's not there now, but Daniel Levy, I'll tell you what I need to make this club successful, right? That's where I think the problem is. It's not run by football people anymore, it's run by business people that think they know and they fucking don't.
Yeah.
That's my opinion from a West Ham, looking at Tottenham. Steve Parish, I'm not being fucking funny, mate, right? I don't know a great deal about the ins and outs of Crystal Palace. Glasgow's one of your most successful managers. Steve Parish should be turning around and saying, how can we keep him? How can we keep him?
That's how normal people would work, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But-
and that's where it's all gone wrong.
But that's because they need
People
this
try-
money, innit?
Mate, people are trying to control fucking football clubs that know fuck all about football.
Yeah.
That's the problem, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, West Ham's point of view, my opinion on Tottenham, without being disrespectful, same as Palace.
Yeah.
People are running clubs that don't know what they're fucking doing. Don't know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, I get it. Right, so let's have just a round up on the Spurs West Ham game. Then we've got one final point before we wrap it up tonight.
Like I said, for me, 3 points, brilliant. in the first time in a long time, it doesn't matter that it was Tottenham. It doesn't matter. We just need points. So,
Sure reflection, mate.
If they played like that and Harry and chased everyone down and played like how they play against you, I know you probably made them look good.
Yeah, especially that first half.
They would have beaten Forest, which they should have anyway, to be fair. And they would have not got spanked against Wolves, which would have put them in such a different space. But I feel like if they go into those games playing like that, I personally think that's the only way you start. And I actually think Somerville is
starting to show.
He runs every time, dude.
He's
But
starting to show.
But it's because he's been given the ball, and not everyone's just going, give it to Bowen, give it to Bowen, give it to Bowen. Don't need to do that, and I think that's so. Personally, don't know about you boys. I really think you might be in a world of shit, and I didn't think you were, but I really think you might be. Yeah. You boys just need to start playing like that, and you got a chance. If you don't, and you go back to your old thing, I don't think you do.
Sorry to just retract very, very, very quickly. I've said for weeks now, two up top.
Yeah, they played Pablo and Tan.
We have to play two up top.
Yeah.
What are you defending for?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you defending for? Two up top.
I was about to say,
play two up top. We win a game.
You can't defend even if you got defenders. So
exactly. So why are you doing it? Yeah. Two up top. Attack. So,
your thoughts?
My thoughts on the game. I starting with you first of all. I think that's a good win for you. Something to build on, a platform to go forward with. Because had you have lost the game, if you're clutching, then it's one less game and you're starting to clutch at straws. But I think it's
poisonous atmosphere,
and unless Nuno or the fans have got onto the player saying this is kind of like the last vestige of self-respect, beat Spurs at their ground, and then that maybe gets the fans on side a little bit. So I think that's a great result for you. It's such a real shit result for us. Not just because it's West Ham, but it just really epitomises the dire straits that we're in at the moment. And I don't know where we go from here. What's the point I wrote here? 8 months ago, we played Manchester United in a crunch game, which is supposed to be a huge financial implication style game. If someone gets into the Champions League and the losing team's going to be in shit for a very, very long time. Man United are now 5th and we are now 14th and looking like we're sailing down the league. How shit football comes at you and how quick it comes at you. But all right, that's Spurs West Ham. I'm going to have one final point. So in the forthcoming episodes, lads, I'm going to go around the table and we're all going to bring in a question to round up the night with. So we'll go with you next week, mate. Think of a question to round up that you'd like to discuss. My question to finish up with tonight is the definition of players being world class.
Okay.
At the moment. Because I think that the term world class has been thrown around way too easy in this climate of football. To me, personally, if you talk about world-class players, we've got players like R9, Ronaldinho, Xavi, Iniesta, Maldini, Alessandro Del Piero, Francesco Totti, Steve Gerrard, Scholes, Ferdinand. The list goes on. David Villa, fucking Sergio Busquets, Sergio Ramos, blah, 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 blah. At the minute, and it's not just because it's Arsenal, people are saying people like Saka are world class. People are saying that Jude Bellingham is world class or whatever. Before I rant even further, what of the question that I posed to you, what do you think of how we classify world class players in today's football climate?
You should go first on this.
Should I?
Because I've got a bit so biased.
Are we actually talking obviously players that are world class or?
Are they world class in their era? Here's my thing, because I watched something the other day of Di Stefano.
Stefano, as in Alfredo Di Stefano, as in Real Madrid.
Yeah. Is he world class?
For his time period, and
Have you watched him?
No.
fuck me, he wouldn't even get in Holt's team. And that is not a joke. That is not a joke. Yeah, they're playing on different pitches. That guy's world class and one of the best, which he was at the time. Yeah, cool. So world class has to be put on the era or who the hell they're against. Because that guy was fucking dreadful.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about what Alfredo Stefano was 1950s?
And one of the best ever players of all time.
Yeah, for records and stats.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
which fair enough. The issue I have with that is world class has to be then put into. Do I think R9 could do it nowadays? Fuck yeah, the guy was the best. I think when we were a little bit younger, the reasons why people were so world class is because everyone else wasn't too great. Not too great, but everyone they were playing against wasn't. Whereas nowadays, like someone like Ismail Assar could score a goal that someone at that point, I don't know, lob like a Ribery or something in it, he would score the same sort of goal as Ribery was. Do I think Ismail Assar is anywhere near Ribery? Not a fucking chance. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, world class now, everyone seems to say, oh, he's world class. Like Saka, he's world class. No, he's not. But then I think you do have to put in a thing of, so I think world class, to me, is top 3 in your position at that point would class me
okay.
as
So
world
you
class.
see, and I thought about that particular fact myself.
Sorry, I'll just nudge you off because you were talking.
No, it's all right.
Right.
So as you were talking, I'm thinking to myself, right, I've been going to West Ham for fucking nearly 40 years, and you're talking about me naming world-class players. I've not seen many supporting West Ham, right? So, are we actually talking world-class players, or are we talking about world-class players that, in my eyes, I've seen playing at West Ham?
No, I just think.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah. When it comes down to yourself, maybe you have seen
from a personal sort of like.
All right, okay. From at your club, I'm just talking about world class in general, as in the standard of what. Because is someone world class, or are you just one of the best players in the world at the moment? I think that is two different statements to make.
I think it depends what you call world class.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
That's what I find out. What metric are we judging someone to be called like? Because what is like world class? Like, would I call 2 players which I've loved in my lifetime, both Harry Kane and Son Heung-min? Do I think they should be called world class? No.
Harry Kane, I do. Yeah.
I think they're elite players.
No, I think Harry Kane, you go world class.
I don't know, because what are we measuring them on? Are we measuring them on trophies won? Are we measuring them on what they've done? What they hit? Are they able to do it against elite defenders or elite opposition?
He won a Golden Boot in the World Cup.
He did.
I don't give a fuck about his goals. How many people have done that?
No, I get it.
Son, yeah, elite player, not world class. But Harry Kane, I'd discuss.
All right, okay. So, what would you define? What would be your metric or your judgment if you were to say they're world class?
Their personal achievements.
Do you think accolades is what you should measure a world class player on? It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really tough because how many?
Scott
So
Carson.
I'm going to put a couple of little wonky ones out here, and I'm going to rewind because I'm a bit older. Shevchenko, is he a world class player that hasn't achieved world class things because of the country in which he represented?
No.
But I think Andriy Shevchenko was a world class player.
So there's another one
Do
as
you?
well.
Oh, he's fucking class.
Is that because though?
He was good.
He didn't achieve.
Elite.
He achieved in domestic competitions through his career consistently, but because are we talking about world class players on the international stage?
You can't do that because
That's
depends
what I
where
mean.
you're from.
So then Shevchenko's got to have a shout. Has he not? Through his personal.
All right.
So where are we
that's the
going?
case, what's your view on Scott Carson then? Is he world-class goalkeeper?
Absolutely not.
Well, I bet he's won more trophies than most goalkeepers.
Because he's
you've
sat on the
ever had
bench
in
at
your
Man
life.
City for.
That's what I'm saying. So
the games played, like that. I understand what you're saying.
But
But Shevchenko has played many games for many good teams.
Yeah, he has. But what I'm saying, you're sitting there saying, but you have to look at their accolades. And I'm saying, well, you can't because you look at Scott Carson and go, well, he's nowhere near one of the best.
Yeah, but I think we have to draw a little bit of a line in terms of if you played games for like AC Milan and you're winning leagues and you're doing, or you're Scott Carson that played no games but sat on a bench, came on as a sub once because Joe Hart got injured 15 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. What I'm saying is you can't put accolades into a world class, I don't think.
Yeah, I think there has to be something else because you could say that, say a player for Brazil who won 2 World Cups was better than Messi because he only won 1.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I think it's a bit of a.
Let's not get on the Messi Ronaldo thing.
No, I know, because that will.
Don't ruin next week's podcast.
Fucking hell. So, world class players in terms of I'm gonna probably miss a few out.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head. Obviously R9, you got like your Ronaldos, your Kakas.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho, you got Messi's, you got Ronaldo, Portugal.
Ibrahimovic.
But you like even when you start going like things like Trezeguet and the Champs and fucking Bergkamp and
Overmars.
Fuck me. Over the years. Over the years, there's been so many.
But at the time they were.
But they are all world class.
This is my thing with world class. How many world class players are there now? Haaland,
probably. I'll probably say there's 4. Real, genuine world class.
But you would talk about them. Yeah. So you would go Kevin De Bruyne. I know he's moved and he's kind of out of his thing, but he's still kind of in our age range.
He's still playing today. Probably him, maybe Manuel Neuer. He's still playing. He's not world class standard now, but he has been.
Haaland is one.
Yeah, Haaland's probably the standout world class player.
Here's one that any Real Madrid fan is going to kill me for. Vinny Jr. is not. Vinny Jr. is the next Saka, but he plays on the other side.
Yeah. I mean,
he's really
good.
You say Mbappe. Would you? He's won a World Cup. He's got
to be world class, Mbappe.
Yeah, I kind of.
He's got to be. He's one you go like, all right. He's a quality player, one of the best players on the planet. But of the names we've just mentioned,
he's never getting in your. If you made a world 11 that you can pick today. Through everyone through life, Mbappe's getting in nowhere near.
Right. So, if he played 2007 Milan versus 2010 Barcelona, is Mbappe getting into either of those teams?
No.
This is where Pro Evo back then was fucking great.
The thing is, though, you look at even when they had MSN, right? So you had Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Is he getting in that? No. All right, you look at it a little bit before, because I just go on club football. That Barca was so good. You go before.
If he was going to get in for anyone, it would be Suarez.
What, Mbappe?
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
What, you think he's better than Suarez?
I'm saying if there was one he was going to get in for, it would be.
It's not going to be Neymar or Messi, is it?
No.
All right, so then we're going.
I think that's quite. Suarez was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But Messi's done a bit now. He's travelled around a little bit. He's consistently Spain and France, a couple of different. Like Suarez was good, unless you're black and he bites your shoulder, right? So
if Ivanovic's got it as well.
If Mbappe turns up, he's not getting in. It depends how many teeth Suarez got out, isn't it?
Alright, yeah. But I tell you what, I'm glad you lads have got into this because the classification world class is really fucking well
God,
yeah,
well,
same.
right?
I'd have Mbappe over Suarez.
It's
Would you really?
Yeah,
would
yeah.
you? Would you have Mbappe over Suarez?
I personally, I would.
Well, and that's why your team's in the fucking state it is.
But you're talking about
Simple as that.
how old
The
is
West Ham way.
How old is Mbappe now?
He's got to be 23, 24. He's a very
You're
high-
telling me if Suarez didn't play for France, he wouldn't fucking do better bits than Mbappe? Come
No,
on.
mate. It's like Mbappe's got a bit of a while to go. Yeah.
Right. I tell you what, Mbappe has
He's got a few years on him, yeah?
He's got
No,
some
he
really,
has.
some really good accolades, and he's got a
At
really
23.
His attitude fucking stinks.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Terrible.
Rat.
He's just,
He's a rat.
He's just
Yeah.
another Paqueta. Get in that fucking
Another
mirror and have a fucking look at yourself.
All I'm saying to you is that, right, so you're saying about Suarez. All I'm saying is, Mbappe's still young, man. Suarez is done.
Yeah, because Suarez has absolutely matched him and been so much better than for his career. So I get that.
But Mbappe has still got years to come.
But he's
Do
playing
you
at
not
Real
think-
Madrid. But he's
like-
playing at Real Madrid. So he's never going to be amazing, is he?
But when Mbappe is 34 in a decade's time, do you not think he's going to achieve what?
No. Purely
don't?
on one thing, he's playing at Real Madrid, which I know sounds ridiculous, what I'm about to say, right?
He's only playing
But
for Real Madrid.
yeah.
That's
No,
Real Madrid we've ever seen.
no, but also, do you think there's ever going to be a player that is ever going to hit the heights of Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid? Because Galacticos and all that sort of stuff, that stopped at Ronaldo.
Yeah,
No one's bigger than that. No one's going to be. There's better players than that. Things like Zidane and everything. That's not what I'm saying. The people coming on to these things, they're not Galacticos. They're never going to be Galacticos. They're sitting there. The reason that Xabi Alonso is gone is because they can't go to Ibiza after a fucking game.
Yeah.
And he won't allow it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's gone.
Yeah.
This club is the new Man United. Man United and Real Madrid are getting so fucking similar with themselves because their players think they're so good. There will be no one at Real Madrid, I don't give a fuck what you say, that is even going to touch any of the world-class people we've just sat there and said. And Mbappe is one of them. Jude Bellingham's another one. Vinny Jr. not rocking up to a Ballon d'Or thing because he didn't fucking get it. Yeah. Grow up, you prick. Yeah. And everyone to do with Real Madrid. Grow up.
I get that.
Grow up.
I get that.
Imagine Messi and Ronaldo, the best two people who've ever played football. Ronaldo went to every single one of them. He knew he weren't winning them. He's never going to beat the best person to ever play football, is he? But he still went to every single one of them. What? And you got Vinny Jr. Yeah, because he's got fucking respect. Because he knows how fucking good Messi is. He wants to be that good. That's why Ronaldo was keep going up and up and up. Because he wants to be Messi. He wants to be that good at football.
Yeah.
Vinny Jr. What? Because Rodri's going to win it. Why is that? Because he's a better player in his position than what you were in your position. Get over it. You're not the best in the world. Just because you play at Real Madrid and you scored a couple of goals, how good's Brazil doing? You're one of the worst world-class players for Brazil who doesn't turn up. I mean, how fucking embarrassed are you? That's why you've given it the big and going, I'm not turning up because I've not won the Ballon d'Or. Fuck off. Would R9 do that? No. Would Ronaldinho do that? No. Would Rivaldo do that? No. Just peel off.
Arrogant cunt.
Just peel off the fucking Brazilian teams that we sit there and go, wow, what fucking players. Would any of them do that? Would any of them not turn up to a Ballon d'Or thing because they know they weren't going to win it?
No,
of course they fucking wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't.
In actual fact, you turn up, the other player would win it, and you would clap him.
Cristiano Ronaldo, who, the reason why he's so good at what he is because he's arrogant and he wants to be the best. That's why he's so good, because he wants to be the best. And that is not a dig at him at all. Fair play to him. That fucker turned up to every single one of them and clapped Messi and shook his fucking hand when he won them. Fair fucking play. That prick, fucking get out of here, mate. Fucking get out of here. fucking. That's why Real Madrid is going down so much the path as Man United, and how that conversation has turned into. I have no idea. I love a rant. It's normally
because
Brilliant.
I told you, I'm glad that you went on a rant on world class, because I've gone off on world class rants myself, like, oh, Saka's a world class player, or Vinny's a world class player. And I'm like, no. I'll tell you what, I'll name a class player, not world class, but a class player if he's played for you, Dimitri Payet. If he was to play in world football today, he'd be one of the best top 10 players in the world. Such is
what he achieved with us in a short span of time was unbelievable. But
if he didn't cry and spit his toys out the pram and go to France,
or
rather
be a
than go
bitch
somewhere
because
better,
his missus turned around and said,
yeah.
I want to move back to France.
I agree with you. If he went somewhere better,
Yeah.
he was so good.
He reminds me of what Payet and Ryan Shirky are quite similar players, no?
That guy needs to stay at Man City.
Yeah. So I think my overall point is, I think that the standard of modern day football is not as good as it was. I sound like an old dinosaur, old man here. 20 years ago, 2007, 2010, we've listed off all of these players. Ronaldinho, even players like fucking Adriano and
what they
all Gabriel
Mark
Batistuta,
Julian Gray. Andy Johnson.
Kevin Nolan.
Killed it.
Scott Parker for you.
No. All right. I think we've had our rant. Gentlemen, right, let's do a little closing thing. So just before we do, it'll be your question next week.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for it.
And then the week after, you'll pose a question.
Happy days, yeah.
Brilliant. So there we go. Let's just have a final pack down of what we think today. Anything, any team, or how you think West Ham are going to go on, but what is your final Jeremy Springer thought for this episode?
My thought is still a long way to go. Like for me, obviously from a West Ham point of view, and I'm the Tottenham thing doesn't bother me now. 3 points, such a huge game next weekend. I'm deflated, but with a slight little bit of encouragement that we have 3 points. So let's see what happens in Sunderland game, and we'll have another conversation on that.
All right.
So, keep Lasman for the end of the season. Tell him to shut his mouth and stop putting a grenade in the dressing room. Buy some players, not for him, for after when he goes, that are just sensible players. I'm not saying just a fucking centre back would be nice. And go from there and just pick enough points up in the Premier League. We ain't going down, but fuck me, that's all I can see at the moment because we can't win. And go and try and win the Conference League. Just go for it, lads.
You gotta go for it.
Just go for it.
All right. Yeah. And I will sum up things with 2 words. Frank out.
Oh!
Fair enough.
Frank out.
Fair enough.
Robbie Keenan.
Shut up, you.
Get in that corner and have a fucking word with yourself, you cunt.
Helmet.
I had to finish the podcast somewhere.
All right, Martin, would you want to tell people what to do?
Thank you. Like and subscribe, guys. You like enough of it and subscribe enough of it, Robbie Keane will be the new Tottenham manager. So that's going to go, lads. Lovely podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Tune in next week.
Guys.
Here we are. ABFC. Bye-bye.